This is a page from my red clay diary about a time long, long ago when I was very, very young and very small. The case of the noisy telltale cellophane package. 6-year-old Jimmy 3 peeks through the inch-opened airlock to see if the coast is clear. Actually, there is no coast nearby. It's just Jimmy 3's comic book, movie, adventure, novel term, a term that sounds infinitely more dramatic than Jimmy 3 peeks through the inch-open door of his bedroom to see whether anybody's in the hallway. The coast, or hallway, is clear. No one stirs, not even a mouse. Looks like the enemy, or mom and sister, are elsewhere right now. Mom in the backyard garden, Sis reading a movie magazine in her room. Jimmy 3 stretches his legs to step over the floor furnace, the grating of which always produces creaking audio evidence of the presence of the invaders, or 6-year-old boys. He arrives at the doorless kitchen entrance and scans the horizon, or cabinets, and walls to see if the resistance is nearby. So far, he has the tiny area to himself. Jimmy 3 spies the prize on a top shelf, the prize he must noiselessly approach if there is any possibility of gaining it. He drags a step stool slowly, making sure the metal contraption makes minimal audible creaks, and stops below the grail of the cookie package, then begins to slowly ascend 3 steps till he's within reaching distance. The other enemy awaits, this enemy being the packaging. It's one thing to sneak past alien lines and approach a target. It's quite another thing to figure out how to muffle the sound of cellophane. Cellophane is a great invention. It keeps the bag's interior fresh and crisp. It clearly displays what's inside, neatly rolled and beckoning, but it is very, very noisy. Jimmy 3 reaches up and carefully lifts the grail so as to minimize that unmistakable crackling that seems inevitable. He pauses to see whether mom or sister are about. So far, so good. Resting the cookies on a lower surface, Jimmy 3 begins the safe cracking, or the attempted package invasion. He turns his ear toward the sealed opening and meticulously employs fingers of both hands in trying to pull apart, in silence, the stubborn cellulose material. Crackstapple! He pulls too hard and the package announces to the world that a theft is in progress in the small village. He cringes, squeezes shut his eyes, waiting for any sound from policing agents or family. What are you doing? Jimmy jumps a few inches, but manages to keep his balance on the stool. Sister Barbara is standing there, hands on hips, movie magazine hugged between elbow and chest. Jimmy 3 sputters and does not have an effective reply to voice. After all, the evidence is clear. What he is doing is unmistakable. He holds his breath for Sis's usual reaction to his infractions, a shout-out to Mom. There is only silence. Sis frozen in contemplation of the situation. Jimmy 3 frozen and waiting for incarceration, or worse. What are you going to share? Sis finally says. Jimmy 3 sputters again, hands over the cookies. Then he resumes breathing, not a moment too soon. Together, the 2 siblings silently conspire, each retrieving 2 cookies. Jimmy 3 sort of reseals the package and returns it to its nesting place. Barbara munches as she returns to her room. The step stool is replaced with the sure knowledge that at least one enemy will never know that infiltration has occurred. Jimmy 3 returns to his comic book. You know, the part where Billy Batson yells Shazam whenever a crisis must be tamped down. Jimmy 3 knows that he will never have the resources that Billy has, but at least he has 2 cookies to save the day.